Hi, and welcome along to the Bias Premier League show. My man White Yardie in the building.
Don't know.
Brought to you today by boohooMAN. Now listen, check this out, yeah. boohooMAN are giving away £5,000, £5,000. Right? They're giving that away on Christmas Day, right? The link is in the description. It's free to enter, right? It's an amazing prize. Imagine you wake up on Christmas Day, you've done that, and you've won 5 G's.
£5,000.
Even an Arsenal supporter would be happy. He'd be like, yo, my Christmas is... I've won back my Christmas, right? Even if you're in tier 4, you'll be happy, right? So
5 Gs.
Jump on that. The link is in the description. Additionally to that, right, they're giving a cash giveaway, as I said, of £5,000. But in addition to that, they've got a 70% discount off of all their stuff online. Of course, at the moment, you can't even get into any shops. So, brilliant.
Yeah, man.
70% off by just watching this show. What you got to lose? Link in the description. Click on that right now and get involved in that. And thank you very much to boohooMAN for sponsoring the Bias Premier League show this year. You've been great sponsors, always giving stuff away.
Yeah.
Maybe we need boohooMAN to sponsor Arsenal. Because it's another L. It's another L. Do you know what? When you think about it, right? I try to, after the next day after games, to try and say, Robbie, now just sit back and think about it honestly, be real. They're better than us. I mean, after that win, they went second in the league. You know, they just beat Chelsea at home. They went away and beat Leicester. So it's not really a surprise, really, that we lost that game, is it?
I don't think, like...
But it's still so disappointing.
Obviously we want to win. And, you know, we try to keep our spirits up and say, yeah, we're going to win, and we should win, and hopefully we can win. But deep down, we just know that with the season that we're having right now and the way the team's playing, a loss is only what we can see. And to be honest, Everton never played that good. That's the thing. That's the nine, is that even teams that are not playing that good are still getting the points from us. And it's like, when is our luck going to change?
I was going to ask you that. Was it a terrible performance by Arsenal? Or was it one of those where you look and say, nothing ain't quite working for Arsenal? Because
it weren't terrible.
Arsenal were kind of had chances. They were on the ascendancy. We couldn't fault the effort. Well, apart from Willian. Right? I think I could fault the effort of him. But most of the other players on that pitch, you can't fault the fact that they were really having a go.
No.
But it's just not happening for this team at the moment, is it?
So, like, look, we obviously, you know, we watched the game. We spoke about it afterwards as well, and now we've had a couple of days to like proper process what has happened and think about it. And I know people say, yo, we Arsenal fans, they blame the players. Then when that don't work, they blame the refs. Then when that don't work, they blame the manager. Then it's like, it's not that. You said something to me, and I actually went away and thought about it, and it does make sense, and I agreed with what you said. Arteta makes some big decisions, and they don't work. So you can only blame him for those big decisions, because the game, for me, obviously we saw that Aubameyang wasn't on the bench. Now people, again, just make it clear, I don't hate Aubameyang. I love Aubameyang. I do believe this team is not giving him the service that he needs. The style that we've been playing recently is not suited for him, and it makes him look like an awful player on the pitch, because he cannot give anything to the team if he's not in the positions where he needs to be. So we need to go back to how we were playing that suits him. Now, he's not on the pitch. We start Eddie. For me, listen, I'm all about young kids doing well, and you know, I mean, he's a talent, but he's not of Premier League quality or even as an Arsenal quality striker.
He should not be starting.
He shouldn't be starting, and Lacazette's on the bench. And for me, Lacazette, who we spent how much millions on, sitting on that bench must be saying to himself, like, how am I here?
It's a natural reaction of a senior player that will see that starting lineup. He will see that Aubameyang's out, and he'll be like, yo, bro, what am I doing here? What's
his
going
agent,
on?
there's no way his agent is not working on a move for him.
I mean, listen, they're probably trying to get him out anyway, but I just looked on that, and that's when I look at the manager. I have to look at the manager because big decisions in the game again. Who do you take? You're watching the game play out and you're thinking, I've got to bring someone on now.
To get a goal.
First of all, bringing on Willock first.
Willock, like...
I was like, no, get Lacazette on ASAP and get you know,
even Martinelli
on.
Because he's a more direct player. We know we might gain something from this.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm looking at that, and then Willian stats for that game was literally 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. The players on the bench who didn't even play have the same stats as Willian, who played 90 minutes. You played, and this is why I blame Arteta, because you're watching the same game we're watching, and you're telling me you cannot see that these players are not cutting it. Make the substitution. You're bringing Lacazette on when he has like 15, 12 minutes in the game to try now nick a goal, when there's other players out there got full 90 minutes and did nothing. To me, I look at a game like that and I'm like, you have to look at the manager for the game like that, because yes, the team have given their all for him. I don't think anybody can turn around and say those players are not playing for him. I saw players on that pitch playing for Arteta, really doing their all. Maybe they're low on confidence, yeah? So even giving their all sometimes doesn't look right, doesn't look good, but they're giving. But
you feel like they're playing for the manager? Do you feel like they're going out there and they're trying their best to play for us, the fans?
I feel both. I feel they're playing
because to me, Maitland-Niles stays in that team.
Yeah, of course.
There's no way Bellerin come back in that team.
I look at it and I'm like, they're giving it. They're trying, right? They're low on confidence, low on form. You know, they're trying. We can't fault the effort, but there was big decisions.
Very big.
Eddie shouldn't have started. I would have started Lacazette. No guarantee Lacazette would have scored. No, but because he ain't been great this season either. But to me, up against Yardie, Keane, you know, these very experienced defenders, it's got to be Lacazette for me, right?
But for Lacazette, right? He's confident.
He has to start. And then keeping Willian on for 90 minutes, taking Pepe off, who weren't having a good game either. But who's more likely to get you a goal if it boils down to it?
Pepe. He is more likely to create something. This is what I'm saying, like, again, big decisions, yeah? We're saying Lacazette has a lack of confidence. I blame Arteta for his lack of confidence, because I said to you after the game, Lacazette, beginning of the season, scored the first game, second game, Liverpool he scored. He missed the one-on-one against Liverpool. Next game, he gets benched. What does that tell a player? Oh, so I'm not allowed to miss any chances, but yet you have Willian out here, cannot get an assist, cannot get a goal. You have other players, Bellerin can't get a cross in the box, can't even throw the ball, and they're getting games over me. Oh, where's the sense in it? There's no, and this is the decisions. And if his reasons, he came out, whether it is him or the board, and he has gone into that meeting, and the man who's paying his check saying to him, yo, I need you to go in at the press conference and say, yo, football reasons why you don't have Ozil in the team, and yeah, and Saliba, we don't want him in the team. If you're coming out and taking the responsibility because the bigger heads are not going to come and say this, that they decided to do this because of such and such reason, then football reasons should be making you bench in some of these players, because they're not getting picked on form. They're not, and in training, and this is something I said afterwards. And I know we keep bringing up because January is right around the corner now. There's a possibility of Ozil coming back into the squad. There is a possibility of it. I don't know, but what I'm trying to say is, Robbie, I said it to you, and we see it in the games. Ozil trains with the first team.
Yeah.
He goes to the ground and he trains with them. He goes to the training ground and he puts in the shift. So if he's training with the first team, the players are looking at him in training, picking passes out for them, or passing to him. And then when it comes match day, the midfield is empty because the person who you train with, who picks out the passes in the training ground, is not there.
Yeah, but that might not necessarily be true.
It is true.
Hold on.
The referee, Lee pointed out, the referee was in the position where one of our midfielders should have been.
I know that, but the point that you're making, that when they're training, right? When they're training, they'll have a group that will be training that's going to start.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's obviously not in that training part.
We don't know.
He won't be. He's not going to start, is he? So he won't be in that.
Because they're quick to show us pictures and videos of him.
I don't even. You know me, I don't even watch them videos, right? Because it's a waste of time, right? The actual training. I've been to the training ground one time and I watched them training. And the actual team that's going to train for the game will be training separate against the rest of them. So he's not figuring at all. He should figure. I don't think they'll bring him back in January because of a pride thing. They should bring him back. The only way they don't bring him back for me is if you go out there and you buy a player who plays in that position, then fair enough. But how we've got a £350,000 guy on the bench, at home, in his house, doing nothing. Honestly, this club at the moment is an absolute mess.
It's Mane, sorry to bring other teams in, but Mane is on 150 grand a week. Salah 220. Ozil's getting that to sit at home. And then Mane get paid that and them are banging goals.
We're laying off staff. But yet we can afford to have somebody who's earning £350,000 a week.
Mane will have sacked the mascot and everything.
Sitting at home doing nothing. Right, and he wants to play. It's not like the guy's refusing to play. He wants to play. Just let's see what he can do, you know. But anyway, it was a defeat, yet another defeat. One. And I'm not even going to sit here and talk
DJ
about
Calironia, another one.
another one. I'm not even going to sit here and talk about sacking and stuff like that because it looks like they are sticking with him. If they're going to stick with him, my message to the board: back him.
Yeah.
Don't just. When January comes, I want to see this board now. The attention turns to the board because if you keep Arteta, no problem, fair enough. You better back him with the players that he needs to get this team moving again. Back him.
You know what they need to do?
It could be a blessing in disguise. This could be the moment where we've hit rock bottom and they are forced to act and bring in the players that we all know we need and axe this dross that has been around in this football team for a long, long time and they've still been sticking with. Maybe we needed to, we needed a reset, a complete reset.
Complete.
We needed a complete reset in order to go forward again. Maybe this is it. Maybe we could look back at this in a couple of years' time and say, you know what? Best thing that ever happened to Arsenal, being in 15th, hitting absolute rock bottom, because that's where we are now.
Because to me, only 6 players stay in this Arsenal team now. Only about 6 players stay.
Back this manager. If you want the fans to back him, we'll back him if you back him. Right? That's my message. Just speaking from my point of view, and I know Yardie will be similar to me. We'll back him if you'll back him. Don't be cowards on this. Don't leave Arteta out there hanging out to dry. If you're backing him, back him with dollars, back him with money, wherever you want.
Pounds.
Dollars him up.
Pounds we want to see.
But anyway, just jumping back on it, right?
When a championship and rate some of the players them down there and bring them up.
It's just jumping back on the whole thing. You won this week.
Obviously.
He's like Troops used to be. Wait, look at his face. You know what I mean? They win the one little week and they start running up their mouth.
Weekends, so have to win.
And you know the worst thing? I had a forfeit lined up for you, man. Oh, man.
Still waiting.
And now this tier 4 thing. So we can't even do it. Right? We can't even do it, man, because we can't even go out and,
So we win this weekend, yeah?
You won this week because none of us got the Arsenal result, right? No. As usual. We may as well, you know what, every week we may as well just wipe that one out. Right, because none of us got the Arsenal result, right? The Man United result,
you got one.
I got 1 point for that. Yeah. You got 0.
Yep.
It was the Villa result. We both got wrong. I said it'd be a draw.
Yeah, I said
you said Big Sam. Right? Big Sam flopped. Big Sam flopped. Right.
Big Sam.
But the one where you brought it home, the Tottenham versus Leicester one. Tottenham 0, Leicester 2. You got that exactly right. You got 3 points. I thought Tottenham would win. Let's talk about that game.
I got more points than
Tottenham. You know what? The other day I was coming to do the watch along.
Yeah.
And as I was going to get into my car, my neighbour, who's a Tottenham fan, right, opened his window and he goes, "Robbie, where are you off to?" I said, "Going to do our watch along." And he goes, "Oh, okay." At that time, Spurs were playing Palace. I think that was the day they were playing Palace.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, okay, you're going to do the watch along." He goes, "All right." He goes, "Well, on your way down, watch the gap. Mind the gap," he goes. And I go, "You see, you start already. You lot are carrying on like you've won the league already.
Yeah.
Just relax. Relax." By the time I reached down to the studio, that game finished 1-1. So that was points dropped. Mm-hmm. Then they got beaten by Liverpool.
Yep.
Now they're going to be beaten by Leicester. Yep. Now, all of a sudden, they've gone from 1st to 5th. Like somebody, I saw that funny meme where somebody was saying they've gone from tier 1 to tier 5.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, they do miles better than what we're doing.
Yeah, they're doing
but the thing is about it, right? And another thing that my neighbour said to me, which is very true, he goes, Robbie, because he's a cool guy and he's a level-headed Tottenham fan, and he said, you know what, Robbie? He goes, even though we're playing well, we're winning games. The one thing, he goes, I think Mourinho's lucky there's not 60,000 fans there every week. Because he goes, our style of play, man. He goes, even though we're doing all right, I'm happy with it. We're getting results.
Yeah.
But he goes, if one of them things go wrong, because he goes very defensive. He goes, even, he was saying to me, he's going, even against when we played you guys, man, we're just sitting back. And that's been their style this season. Yeah. And they were terrible against Leicester. I mean, they didn't even have a go. I mean, Leicester just lost during the week to Everton.
Listen, Leicester...
And they didn't even have a go Tottenham.
Leicester is reminding me of how Arsenal used to attack.
They were excellent.
They were excellent. Beautiful to watch them. And, even had a goal disallowed.
Goal disallowed as well, yeah.
Which is good for me. But no, they definitely... the thing about this season, I was having this conversation last night with one of my friends, and I was saying, Arsenal, we've lost 7 games. Is it 7 or 8? 8 games. But even if we didn't win, but we draw all 8 games, we'd be on 24 points. We'd be on 22 points. That puts us right up in the top half of the table. I don't even know how close it is to the in the top. Yeah. Might even be like 4th or 5th, possibly, or 6th. Do you see? So it's like the gap is not that big, if I'm being honest, to 4. But
we're 12 points off the top 4 now.
See, there's 8 points. We're right up in at the top half of the table. Probably put us like 6 in the table or something like that. My thing is it's still quite we're not even halfway into the season yet, right? However, it's just because we cannot see our team even getting a point.
Well, I think the thing is about this season is that, again, I think it's been poor. Quite a poor standard.
Of course.
Right, because if you look at it, Liverpool have been the only team again
recently
setting the standard, right? They've only lost 1 game this season.
But you say that.
They lost to 7-3. Yeah. They haven't been playing great.
7-2.
They haven't been playing great. 7-2.
Yeah.
They haven't been playing great, but they've only lost 1 game, right?
Yep. And they had a lot of players out.
Leicester in 2nd place, 2nd in the league. This is just to show. This is why our form this season has been particularly
How much them lose? About 4 games?
5 games they've lost. 5, and they're sitting in 2nd place. Yeah. Man United, who've played a game less, they've lost 3 games already. Yeah. Right? Everton in 4th place have lost 4 games. Yeah. Tottenham have lost 3 games and drawn 4. And they're just a point. So that just goes to show you it's been a very poor league this year.
No, it's been poor.
Everybody's been beating everybody. That's
Man United, don't think I'm not watching you, I'm watching you. You're being quiet and winning these games and creeping back up to the top. I see you.
No, they're doing good.
Since we beat you guys, have not lost a game. They just went on this rampage now.
And they were on fire. They absolutely destroyed Leeds.
Yeah, that looked like it could have been.
But I've been saying this now for quite a while about Leeds. I think I said it this style. Everyone's Bielsa. No. Bielsa's naive.
Yeah.
He's come into the Premier League and it's like all-out attack every single team. If you don't, you can't do that in the Premier League.
He's trying that if just have to outscore them. It's that tactic. Like
people are saying Leeds are having a great season, right? They're 3 points above us. Yeah, that's not a great season.
Scoring goals,
right? Yeah.
Hey, if we had their attacking and they had our defense,
but the thing is about
we'd be all
they're
right.
scoring goals, but they conceded. They scored 2 yesterday, but conceded 6. Yeah,
but then the week before them score how much against Newcastle? 5.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, man, that style is good. That style of play can get you relegated. Yeah. Right? It's very, very naive, and and like you said, Man United were clinical. Yeah, absolutely clinical. Leicester, like you said, great performance by them as well. Got to talk about Liverpool. 7-0.
7, man.
I was watching that game, right? And again, when you talk about quality, having quality on the pitch, it's particularly up front, This is when I'm talking, when I say with like the Eddie situation, right? I saw Palace in that game. They went 1-0 down, early goal, great goal by Minamino, right? Palace after that, they had a
couple of chances.
They had about 3 chances. They had one when
with the goals open.
All you had to do was cut the ball back. A simple cutback. He cuts it behind Zaha. You could see Zaha. He was so frustrated with the lack of quality in supply and stuff like that. But then Liverpool just go down the other end
and score.
They've been under the cosh for about 15, 20 minutes. Palace playing really, really well. They go down the other end.
And it's
Mane, bang, bang.
It's the key word you said, quality players.
Quality.
It's players.
Salah comes
Salah's on the bench.
Hat-trick.
Salah, no, two and an assist.
Yeah.
2 and assists
Yeah.
off the bench. This is the quality, like, and this is something that annoys me with Arsenal, because it's like, when we look on our bench, we're like, rah. When we look on the pitch, we're like, rah. Like,
You know what? It goes back to what me and you always have a back and forth about, right? When I argue about Aubameyang, right? He may not be playing well this season, but if a chance falls to a player, you want it to fall to, because he's got the quality. If that chance that fell to Eddie had fallen to Aubameyang on Saturday, I think he would have scored it. He scored a harder one during the week, right? And it's that quality that Liverpool have, that even when City have got it as well, Man United also have it.
Yeah.
That they can be playing in games and they're not playing well, and then that one little chance falls to them, right? If it falls to a Bruno Fernandes or it falls to, and those guys will bury it. And that's the difference between them and say you got a Brighton who play good football, but chances fall to them.
Big up Welbeck as well,
right?
man. I mean,
yeah.
man.
You know what I mean? I saw, even in that game, the Sheffield United game versus Brighton.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, they're winning 1-0. This is why they are why they are. They're winning 1-0. They're fighting. Yeah. They're down to 10 men. You've got to credit them. They're fighting.
Fighting, man.
Then they get a gilt-edged one-on-one chance. The guy blasted it straight over the bar. And that's quality. The difference in quality. And that's the one argument I give to Arteta. He needs to be able to bring in at least 3 to 4 quality. Look at the difference when Partey's starting in that midfield, because the difference in quality all of a sudden a 70% fit guy looks 10 levels above El Neni.
But that's what it is, and you're right, we need quality, because not just our starting 11, we need a quality bench as well. We need a bench that we know, when we look on that bench, we'll be like, yo, you know, we have them man that can come on anyway. So, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to look like we only have a starting 11 and the bench is just picked from the reserves or picked from the, you know what I mean? We don't want that.
This is Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah, we need.
That's why they got to back him. That's why they got to back him.
On,
if he wants to host him, back him.
You have to.
If he wants to get Isco, back him. If he wants a defensive midfielder, back him. If he wants to bring in a quality defender, back him.
But the worst, you know, his problem is going to be, even though if the board backs him, the problem we're going to have is getting rid of players.
Come the summer, there's a lot of those players. There's a lot of those players, right? Come the summer,
we don't know
their contracts are up. Özil's contract's up. Socrates' contract's up. Mustafi's contract's up. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them that's going to be able to get rid. I clear out. Trust me, half of the team's gone.
Not really. For me,
half of the team is
the
out.
only players that stay for me are Tini, Partey, Gabriel, Martinelli, Saka, and Aubameyang. Even Leno, who ain't gonna get Martinez back? So
clear out.
You get me? So for me,
clear out.
We need a new team.
boohooMAN of the week.
I give it. You know, I'm gonna give it to the Liverpool team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Liverpool.
Imagine after the only defeat they've had this season was they conceded 7,
and they just made back up for that.
And they made back up for that. And you know what? You know,
difference just disappeared.
You know what you got to give Liverpool so much respect here is that look how many injuries they've had.
Yeah, exactly.
Van Dijk. Everyone said, "Oh, Van Dijk's out. Hey, we're gonna win the league
At one point, they had their whole back line out. They had Gomez out, Trent out, Van Dijk
Gomez
out.
is still out.
Alisson was out.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? They had so many players out. There was time when Salah was out for COVID, Mane was out for COVID. They had Fabinho. They had literally. Yeah, and you know what? The team went out there and Klopp made them got results from the team. And I feel like the performance they did against Crystal Palace was very good.
So full of quality.
Yeah, man,
it's unbelievable.
Beautiful to watch football.
Idiot.
All right, listen.
Of the week.
Obviously, people probably say, yes, I'm going to give Arteta now. Or I'm going to give Willian. I'm going to give. You know what, yeah? The idiot of the week. The idiot. The triple E, double E, all of them E's. West Brom. West Brom have to get it. You went to Man City, the Etihad, and you got a point, a draw with them, where teams like we lost. You get me? Other teams lose to them. Big teams lose to them. And you got a point. And you're bringing Big Sam. You sack
the manager.
Sack the manager.
Bringing Big Sam, expecting a big bounce.
Big bounce. You
got big licks. 3-0 at home.
So West Brom,
to your deadly
West
rivals.
Brom, you get idiot of the week for that, because I don't know, for me, if I supported West Brom, yeah, and I went to Etihad and got a pint from them, I'll be happy. It's one of them ones where you get something from them where other teams not doing it. I got it. Yes, let's go on to Villa now. And you sack your manager. Nah,
I remember that was a Birmingham derby as well.
Idiot! Idiot. Shall we wait till January?
Just before we go there, we've got a game tomorrow, of course. Man City in the Carabao Cup. No chance.
Oh boy.
Beat him in the FA Cup semi-final.
You know
we
what?
did.
You know what? Arteta is.
You forgot already.
Yeah, them licks that we are getting nowadays, boy. You know it hurt you so much as I said, boy. I can't care about anything. Arteta has been good in cup competition. We have to give it to him for that. For some reason, the team, we seem like a cup team right now.
Prediction.
No.
No. Prediction, man.
Where's it? At Etihad as well,
Yeah.
So them have fans. No,
they got no fans.
Liverpool have fans.
They got no fans.
Literally. To be honest, Man City haven't even been playing that good as well, They're getting the results, but they're not looking like the Man City. I feel like they're missing stuff as well. Pep's going to have a clear out, I reckon, as well. I think Pep's going to bring in a whole new team. For me...
He already has.
Could this be what we need? Is he going to play the youngsters, the European team in the cup, and save everyone for Chelsea? I think Man City is going to be us 1-2-0.
2-0.
Yeah, I can't say we're winning.
1-1, and Arsenal win on penalties. Maitland-Niles just goes.
Take off.
That's what I'm going for. What are you guys going for? Well, listen, thanks for tuning into the show today. Don't forget the link is in the description. 70% off for boohooMAN, right? Representing, I'm repping the top today. And also, don't forget,
$5 grand.
$5 grand you can win on Christmas Day.
5 grand.
All you got to do, again, the link in the description, enter right now. And yeah, Carabao Cup tomorrow. Can we get the cup form back?
We're back before Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back before Christmas. Oh, yeah.
Chelsea.
No, that's after Christmas.
Yeah,
but
we'll be back previewing that.